5.1 Operation of polynomials. So let's go through this worksheet. So first, remember whether each expression is a polynomial. If it is a polynomial, state the degree of the polynomial. So polynomial just means all the powers are nice and are nice whole numbers. That's all it means. That your powers slash exponents are just nice whole numbers. That's all it needs. So it can't be a negative and it can't be a decimal. So like the first one, that's a polynomial. What's the highest degree? Highest power, degree of 2. This is not a polynomial. But there's a negative power. That's a negative power. It's on the bottom. That's not good. So no, not polynomial. Over here, they're all positive powers, so this is fine. What's the highest degree? Well, here it's 5 and 1. You just add them up, it'll be 6. Here it's 4 and 3, so it'll be 7. Here will be 1 and 1, it'll be 2. So my highest degree is 7. 7 correctly. There we go. Over here, a square root power we'll learn this more later. Is a 1/2 power. It's a fraction power. So that's no good either. So that's also not a polynomial. Let's move on. Simplify, assume all no variables equal to 0. So we're just going to simplify this. So power to power, you're supposed to multiply. So it's 5 times 4. So n20. Now over here, we're multiplying. So it's not a power to power anymore. So it's multiplying straight across. So what you do is you multiply the numbers together. 5 times 4 is 20. And then the powers, so then the variables, you have x cubed times x. And you have y to negative 5 times y cubed. So here you just add them up. So you get x to the 4. And here you add them up. And you get y to negative 2. Now most of the time we don't want a negative power. So what we do is we flip it. So 20 x4 y squared. And then we're good. Here's the power to power again, so you just multiply them, right? So the difference between that and this one you add, this one you multiply. So power to power you multiply. Over here, since we're just multiplying, we'll multiply the numbers, and I get negative 8. Then we have b3 and b squared, so that's b5 total. And c1 and c2 makes it c3. Okay, next one. Now I have 3 a's on top and 1 on the bottom, so you just reduce it. That a cancels out and just with one of those, and there's only 2 left over. Same thing with the ends. There's 4 ends on the bottom and 7 on top. So 4 of them cancel out with 4 of these, which makes it only 3 left over. So a2 and 3. Over here, same idea. y3, y squared. I always think of like which one wins the tug of war. This one will win by 1. So there'll be 1 y on top. How about the z's? Which one has more? The top one does. By 2. So it'll be 2 z's on top. That's kind of the way I do it. Look at the next one. 9 and 18, just numbers you do like normal. 9 over 18 is 1/2, divided both by 9. So what do we do after that? What about the a's? So which one has more? The top one does, by 2, so that's going to win the tug of war. The b's, the bottom has more by 4. And the c's, the top has more by 2. Right? All the rest, everything else cancels out. There's going to be 5 c's and 3 c's at the bottom. These all cancel. You have with 2 on top. That'll be my answer. Over here, same idea. 721, just reduce it, divide both by 7. You get negative 1 over 3. Let's do all the variables. Who wins on the x's? x7 does by 2. On the y's, they're the same. They cancel each other out. And on the z's, the top does by 2. So there we go. If you want to make it a little nicer, you do this. But the same thing. Look at these. So now all they want to do is do the operation, right? So here they want to subtract. So don't forget, distribute the negative to both. This side stays the way it is. And each of the negatives get negative 4a squared minus 6a minus 12. Add like terms, 2a squared, negative a, negative 2. Over here we just want to distribute, so you multiply. 4x times 2x would be 8x cubed, plus 4x times y is 4xy. Ooh, this one. If 5 to the power k plus 7 equals 5 to the power 2k minus 3, what's the value of k? Well, the key thing here is that they have the same base. So once that happens, you just solve the powers on top. talk about this more in a couple chapters. Then we just solve like a normal problem. Add 3, subtract k, I get 10 equals k. Moving on, more simplifying. So what I'm going to do here is just read the negative, see what happens. 7b plus 6b minus 7 minus 4b plus 2. Negative now makes it positive. Then we add like terms. B squared gives me 3b squared. Just b gets me plus 6b. And then adding the constants gets me negative 5. Over here we can distribute. 3p times np gets me 3p np squared. And 3p times z just gets me negative 3pz. Same thing with this one. Just distribute. 4x times 2x is just 8x cubed. 4x times y is 4xy. Same. Ooh, now this one's a little more annoying, but so we have to distribute. So we're going to do one at a time. We multiply a by every single one of those. So you get a4 minus 3a squared b minus ab squared. After you do that, just go and distribute. Now we're going to multiply b times every single one of those. So I get plus a cubed b minus 3ab squared minus b cubed. And you check if you could add anything. I could add this guy and this guy. And I think that's it. I think that is all. Yep, that's it. So you get a4 minus 3a squared b minus 4ab plus a cubed b minus b cubed. And that's the answer to that one. Keep on going. Same idea, but now we got to distribute these first. So we got to distribute the 4. So I get 4a squared plus 20a minus 24. Distribute the negative. Negative 6a cubed minus 12a plus 15. Add up like terms. A and a squared are by themselves, but I could add 20a and 12, and I could add the constants. So let's see, negative 6a cubed plus 4a squared. Add the a's, I get 8 plus 8a. Add the constants, I get 9, negative 9, minus 9. There we go. Next one, more of the same. Distribute this times this. So over here we get, the first one we get 10 x squared y. And we get negative 5x y squared. Distribute here. So plus 6x squared y squared plus 36y squared. And then just add up any terms we can. I don't see any. I think that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Oh, next one's kind of annoying. So we're going to multiply 3 things. So a lot of people think about, this is like numbers. How do you multiply 3 things? You actually don't just multiply them all together. What you do is technically just multiply 2 at a time. You go, that's 6 times 5 is 30. Right, it's a commutative property. I can do these two first if I want. 15 times 2 is 30. You multiply pairwise. Same thing here. You can multiply 2 of them. Let's say these two, because they're different to squares. I'll multiply x minus y times x plus y. X squared minus xy plus xy minus y squared. These will cancel out. I just get x squared minus y squared, which you should know because it's different to 2 squares, times 2x plus y. And we do the same thing we do here. Multiply it out. X squared times both of these. So 2x cubed plus x squared y. Squared y, there we go. Then you do the same thing with the y. Multiply by both of these. So I get minus 2xy squared minus y cubed. Add up any like terms. I don't think there is any. And you are done. Move on to the last few. So this one actually has a power. So that 3 has to go to, so I would do, you can do anything you want, but I'm going to reduce it first to make the numbers a little nicer. So let's do this part first. So 12 over 4 is 3. Look at the a's, who wins? The bottom wins by 3, so a3. Look at the b's, who wins? The top wins by 2. So I get that, and it's still cubed on top. So what happens there? That 3 goes to every single thing. So 3 cubed is 27. P cubed, now squared cubed, right? So it's like this. So you multiply, so b to the 6, and a9 for the same principle. Look at that. The one over here, only one side has the power of this guy, so we're going to do this guy first. So that becomes negative 3 squared. Remember, it's a negative 3 squared, parentheses, 9. Not negative, now when you square it, it becomes positive. X cubed squared, when you're squaring it, so power times power, so x6, and then y squared. And that side's like it's left the way it is. Now you just add up like what we multiply, so that means we're gonna multiply 9 fours 36. When you multiply variables, you add the power, so x7 and y4. That'll be the answer. Next one. So negative 2 power is distributed to both of them, so I get a squared b cubed a negative 2 b negative 2. All we're doing is adding like terms, because we're multiplying everything, so we just add the powers. I get a to the 0 and b to the first. Anything to the 0 power is 1, so it should just get b. Over here, let's simplify this top first before we reduce. So 5 times 2 is 10. x4 plus x5 is x9. Y squared times y to the 6 is y to the 8. Over 20 x cubed y5. 10 and 20 reduced, it's 1 half. And look at the powers. Which power is bigger on the y's? The top is by 6. On the x's, by the way, sorry. And on the y's, the y is by 3. So if you want, you could write like this. Hopefully it's a better 6. Either way is fine, though. Last few. This is also different to 2 squares. If you notice it, right, it's the same, but just that's almost kind of different. So you should get g6 minus h squared. But let's just talk about how you do it to make sure. Distribute. G3 times g3 is g6. And g3 times h is plus g3h to the negative h minus g3h and minus h squared. These cancel out, and you just get this. Difference of 2 squares, even though they're not squared, they're cubed. The next one, all we want to do is distribute. So distribute, distribute, distribute. 1/3 times 6 is 2 n to the 4th. 1/3 times 9 is negative 3 p n to the 3rd. 1/3 times 8 is 16 n to the 4th p to the 4th. And that is it.